Hello, my fire signs. Mel Bell here for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius's monthly reading for the month of September. I have already pulled cards, initial cards anyways. So we'll just go ahead and dive in. But before we do, please do like, share, and subscribe. Comment where you see fit. And we're going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake and the Wisdom from Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed and the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. All right, so starting off with in the Self position is the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this is very truth heavy. So revelations coming about, affecting you directly, learning things that you didn't know about in situations, probably work related. And I feel like the situation is that there's going to be a lot of flux, things fluctuating, and you being unsure of what to focus on, what requires your direct focus. Right now, you might need to multitask things more than you like or you normally do, and not really seeing the full picture. Like maybe the full picture is not being shown to you, and so you needing to rely heavily on your intuition. Now, the star is the incoming energy, which is really great for those cards that I just said, for this to be the incoming energy. And I know she's not winking, but she winked at me. And so I feel like that is like, this is what's going to keep everything good for you. Okay. The energy coming in with the star is like, you're going to be good, but just a heads up, this stuff is popping off. And in the challenge is realizing and keeping in mind that you have everything you need in order to succeed, regardless of your perception of how people may think of you, or if they think you're capable is not your business really, just what you think of yourself. So if there are parts of you where you feel like you are not capable, or the negative things you think people may be thinking about you, you might want to spend some time journaling. That has come up for every group for September, is the power that can be within journaling. And sometimes certain practices that we incorporate into our lives can have really big changes, and they don't have to be hour-long daily things. They can be 5 minutes a day that shift things for us. So keeping in mind that there might be a possibility for that available to you. And the wild card is a judgment card. Okay, so maybe examining, actually, I really see things happening around you, situations around you, and I do see like truths coming to light, and keeping in mind that judgment can also be about leaving certain things in the past behind, and sometimes it's about perception of reality, and changing our perception, because what would have happened in the past is not going to be what happens now. It's going to be different. And so moving with that. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you might be challenged with a different viewpoint. And the near future is temperance. So seeking harmony and balance. Trying to find a good space where you are balancing things and making room for everything in your life. So that is your health and your fitness and joy and creativity, doing things that you love that just bring you a little joy. Having a way to make space for these things, to bring everything into balance. And I think that's going to be important in the month of September, because there's going to be a lot of flux in September for you, but I really feel like it's around you and not to you. But it can shake you up, overwhelm you, because people are depending on your stability or your, what is that word? Reliability. They're counting on your reliability. So maybe someone leaves the job that you're at, and that means that you have to then take on something that they had or something like that. But just know the star's influence is strong in this reading, and the star is a very fortuitous card. And she winked at me. So you can count on that to help make magical influences and outcomes where things may have not turned out the same way. So I'm sorry, the words are funny sometimes when you're reading. There's things that I'm trying to grasp that won't come through in words. But hidden blessings is not it. Just like, oh man, I just can't find the word for it. I'm sorry. But, you know, special, funny, magical things that happen to smooth out what could have been something chaotic. So I got hummingbird, which is joy, and bluebird, which is happiness. And then I also got butterfly spirit, which is transformation. Okay, so I do see an opportunity this month to become more of your true self. And I think that it might be also what the wild card of judgment is talking about. Letting go of things from your past in the way that you may have been in the past that you're not now. And, you know, taking a moment to acknowledge the growth that you've had in life, and where you're at and the person you are today as opposed to the person you used to be, and really taking a moment to appreciate that in yourself. Hummingbird spirit, joy, and bluebird spirit, happiness. So very clear messages here, making space for these things, and the energy of temperance, asking you to have some balance between your work and your family life and the things that you need to get done on a regular basis. But how can you insert some joy, some happiness? If you notice, on one side she's got books and on the other side she's got cupcakes. Like, there needs to be some balance there. And I believe right behind her is a laptop screen, and she's doing yoga, and the cat's cleaning himself. You know, we have so many, and I think those are carrots on the other side, like healthy eating plus indulgence. There's so many things to balance in life, but we can get a groove going. And then suddenly all of our needs are being met. Okay. And butterfly spirit, transformation. I feel like this is definitely in alignment with the star to me for some reason, and that you are or have shedded something. There has been a transformation that has taken place, and now it's integrating, and you'll notice the difference in the way that you are interacting with life and life's challenges. So again, a time for celebration of the hard work that you've been doing on yourself in whatever way it applies to you. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, my fire signs. And I'd also like to say you might want to check out your astrological charts, the astrological transits, if you're into that sort of thing, because I do think might be quite important for why this is happening right now in your life. It may have to do with your chart. Okay, I feel very good about September for you. Even though there's going to be challenges, I feel like you are more prepared for them now than you were before. And that is going to show. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. And that's what's most important. Not for other people to see it, but for you to see it. Sisters of the season, cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. So things grow, things die, things sleep, things wake up. Like there's so many different things happening in cycles. So what cycle are you in? And whatever cycle you're in right now, it's important for you to embrace it, because all cycles are valid and necessary for your growth, for your healing. Not just that though, but just for your contentment and your happiness. Sometimes it's not about growing. Sometimes it's not about changing. Sometimes it's about accepting. And that sometimes might be the transformation. That might be what becomes more important than just changing and healing and growing in the moment. The acceptance, the integration, the feeling full and whole in yourself in that moment is what is being called for. It just depends on what season you're in. And, you know, the season of the planet doesn't necessarily mean that's the season of your soul. So your soul might be in spring. Like your spirit may be experiencing spring in the way of, this is when I'm going to thrive and grow. I know for me in October, I start to feel the most alive I do all year. Like I thrive in winter. That's when I really feel alive. So that's an example of the season of your spirit is not necessarily aligned with the planetary seasons. Okay. And I feel like there might be just one more card. So I'm going to honor that and go ahead and pull this one more card, because actually, you know, I really did blast through this reading very quick. Sometimes I feel like the fire signs just get me all revved up, man. And I just be speeding through it. It's like quick movement, you know. All right, one last card to close out this reading, please. What do you have? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that makes sense. So, elves, playfulness. I actually don't think I've ever pulled this card. But, of course, this goes right along with the hummingbird and the bluebird and happiness and joy, playfulness. So, where can you insert some playfulness in your life? Definitely an inner child thing, and wanting to spend some time with creativity, with playfulness, playing a game with kids, watching something funny. How can you experience lightheartedness when there's all these responsibilities and things that you have to do? Can you carve out a little bit of time to play? Jump rope. Like, I'm not suggesting anything really, just giving you ideas of where that can come from. So a card game with friends, with family, things that just lighten the mood and give you a little, what is that word, brevity. So yeah, that's the last one. That's the last card. And I hope that you guys have a great September. You're able to take some of this with you. And, you know, certain cards will definitely be advice cards that will help things go smoother if you heard the message and you took it to heart. So have a wonderful September. Take care, everybody. Bye.